Okay, and now for the left hand. The right hand is now done. Hopefully we can get as good a result with the left hand as we did with the right. I was actually quite pleased with what we came out with. It's amazing how TPE never does quite cut as easy when you want it to as it does when you really don't want it to cut. Seems like it will cut very easy. There, we're getting somewhere now. There's our palm plate. The resiliency of TPE is absolutely amazing. As you can see, it's a very, very small incision. To break away some of what's in there. Just trying to roll it back onto the palm plate and peel it back. There, the palm plate is wrapped in gauze, and that's why we get the TPE actually bonded with the gauze when it was injection molded. That's why you have to kind of peel it back. It's a type of cheesecloth. And we're almost back to the hinge, which is where we're trying to go, so that we can get that palm plate out. And there it is. As you can see, there we go. And again, as what was expected, same as the other side. There. And again, I know I come down somewhat hard on manufacturers. And it's only because they will leave the little things, or what to them seems to be little, but to us is very, very important. And they won't quite finish the job. And the reality is, TPE dolls have come such a very, very long ways in a very, very short amount of time. They actually do a pretty good job. And WM, I must give credit, does an extremely good job on their hinges. As you can see on the wrist hinge here, they use the Bienville type spring washers, which facilitates an even pressure in the hinge joint of the doll. A lot of manufacturers, from what I understand, doesn't do that. WM seems to do that. All of the hinges that I have seen, they have pretty much incorporated this feature. There's the 6mm bolt. I'm trying not to lose these washers. They are very small. There's one. There should be two. There's the other. If I don't lose it. Yes, as you can see, I have poked through her fingers. They already had pokes in them. And I will be able to fix those, as I have done many times. Hopefully, I won't have to do that so much anymore. Her other hand, I do know I must say I do have some fingers that are a bit, the wires are a bit too long, so I expect to have some issues there. I can't grab that. There it goes. Did not want to grab that washer. Okay, now we can proceed to take these out. And you gotta pull on them. They're, like I say, they're wrapped with twine or cloth, and the TPE absolutely does not want to let go of that. And you see I just pulled the wire slap out. It was broke already. And that's the problem. At least that's the problem that I have. From what I understand, different people seem to have different issues when it comes to the hands. My issues has been that the wires break inside the springs, making it an extreme nightmare to do anything with them. It would be a godsend if they would be willing to just sell you a replacement hand. To me, that's not a best case solution, but it is a workable solution for sure. I say, if they would be willing to simply sell you another hand assembly. The hand assemblies can actually be changed out. relatively easily. I'm kind of wanting to cut that string, and at the same time I'm kind of not wanting to cut that string, because if that wire comes loose and goes south on me, I can always use the string to pull it back. Yeah, the fingers will actually literally turn inside out. And this is some of the information that Cinnamon Lover shared with me. As you can see, it broke here, and it was inside the spring where it broke. But yeah, this is some of the types of information that Cinnamon Lover shared with us, as far as not being afraid to turn the fingers inside out if you have to, that they will go back. And knowing that you do have to pull extremely somewhat hard to get them out. Yep, there it just came out again. Again, that was the problem that I had, was that they continually came out of the springs, and they were broke inside the spring, so that the fingers constantly turned. As you can see, the string actually wrapped onto the spring. And in her right hand, on several of the fingers, that was the only thing holding the two together. You know, the finger to the hand, other than the flesh. Wow. That was it really looks bad, doesn't it? And I say I was very, very afraid of this until talking with Cinnamon Lover, and you know, he assured me that the fingers would turn back, that you just had to really, really pull. That one wasn't broke. To get them out of there, you just really had to pull, and you had to not really be too afraid. I'll get that one, because you had to just not be too afraid of turning them inside out, that they would turn back. So, great big thank you to Cinnamon Lover for sharing that information with us, and putting our minds at ease that we weren't going to rip off a finger, which is what I was really afraid of. Once you get the palm plate and all out, that's the hardest part. That and the broken finger wires out. That is really the hardest part. See, now our hands are just kind of like jelly. That's how the other one was. As you can see, with a lot of WM designs, this is really not good. Hopefully ours will hold up a lot better. And I think it will. And again, I'll take these out. I may go ahead and take the set screw completely out. And again, you can see where I tightened that one enough to actually put a divot in the wire. And that is what will stop the wire from spinning. Because as I said, once the wire starts to spin, that's when the fingers will actually do this. And then all you can do is, that's when you find yourself having to bend it and then rotate it around to get it right. It's because the wire inside the palm plate has spun. And once that happens, it's about all you can do to correct it. Hopefully I won't lose those. Amazing how they won't really come out when you want them to, but they kind of fall out everywhere when you're not really wanting them to. And I may look around and see if I can get... We have a Miss Attler body color box available to us if need be. Maybe just a piece of foam where they don't really want to roll around quite so badly. May help. I know my videos are really bad, but we're trying to improve, and with friends like Cinnamon Lover and Lefty, we're going to make it. Lefty has provided us with some decent lighting for our videos. And I'm going to stop the video right now just to... What I'm going to do... Get this out of the way. Is as you can see, we have quite a bit of stuff going on here. And I'm going to clean her hand up a little bit. Okay. And now we have our new palm plate. And we have our hand that has had its original palm plate removed. So now we must install our new palm plate into the hand of Miss Attler. And what I am doing now is replacing or adding back a Bienville type spring washer, which WM so kindly uses. And again, I must commend them on the fact that they do use these washers, because that absolutely makes everything much easier in that it does provide a way to have uniform tension on a joint over time with some wear. Yes, and as you can see, it makes for a very smooth operating hinge. That's very smooth. Yes, and the larger palm plate will actually facilitate the nice smooth movement of they really do have excellent hinges, I must say. WM actually provides and uses very, very good hinges on their skeletons. That's why I really wish they would take care of some other issues that they have, because their skeletons are actually some of the best out there. You cannot argue that point. Their skeletons are absolutely some of the best in the business. And we're going to cut that right about there. As I said, the other hand, the right hand, and some of them, I think I got the finger wires a bit long. So I may at some point, if they give me any trouble, I'll come back and I will shorten them up. We'll see, they may not. Whoop. And we will take our little forceps and insert. Yes, that worked out very well. Put that in there. Yeah. Okay, now we grab a number 6 by 32 thread set screw. And it's because that's what I used when I built it. And I used that because it was very small and gave me the results that I was looking for. As you notice, I'm starting with the thumb, and I did that on the other hand as well, and work my way around to the pinky finger. Which way you do it is really a choice of personal convenience. Yes, very pleased with that. Yes, very posable. Yes, that will work. Now I want to take this and let's go over this palm plate a little bit, because I may have to open this up a little bit. You gotta remember, this palm plate is a little bit longer than the original, and it's a little bit wider than the original. So you have to kind of work it in there a little bit, but that will give us much better foundation. Yeah, that seems to be working out pretty well. You know, I'm actually tearing where the finger holes are. I can actually tear that a little bit to let it slide up on that palm plate a little bit more, is what I'm actually doing when I reach in there. I'm actually trying to tear that a little bit to let it come up. And as I said, this palm plate is a bit longer than the original, and it is a bit wider than the original. So things fit a little bit differently than they originally did. And I'm just about there already, as you can probably see if I'm not blocking the camera completely. I can't see what I'm doing, so as far as the camera goes. I think I'm going to stop these a little bit shorter than I did, because I'm under the impression I made the other was a little bit too long. I'm going to stop them maybe a little shorter. Maybe I don't want it to come out really too short. Come on. Okay, we're going to go about right there. And I could put all of these finger bones in and then do this part here. I don't think it would be any easier for me to do that, so that's why I'm not. And again, this is 16 gauge NM building wire is what I'm using. And it seems to be working out pretty well. And I'm planning to use these for, you know, a couple of months, and then come back and do an update on how well it's holding up. And did our finger pokes get better or worse? April does a lot of public appearances, so she actually gets probably more use as far as posing and all than I think maybe the average doll gets. As I said, she does quite a bit of public appearances. Make sure I got it in the right one. There is 2 more holes there, I hope. Come on. Come on there. Yeah, that's 2 more. Okay. And say I try to follow the same path as the original. Sometimes that's easier said than done, being how the original was so much smaller. In gauge or diameter. And we're just about there. Let's cut it about right there. That's not wanting to cut. Wow. There. That was really hard. Okay. Try to pull the whole thing back. Okay. Yeah, I just got it cut along, that's all. Again. A set screw. Number 6 by 32 thread pitch. Yeah. Yes, it's going to make very... That's a bad spot right there, but it was a bad spot that was existing. It was a very thin spot right there. And I think I can do something with that. Yes. Okay. Number 4. The ring finger. And again, we're almost to the end where we want it to be. I think my stripping pliers have just about seen better days. I keep my best pairs for work, which means I normally don't have very good ones here. I'm glad Miss April is very sedated right now, because she would really be fussing at me, learning that I'm using a not best tool to do her hand with. She would be very upset with me. Believe it or not, April gets upset with me quite a lot. She says that I'm somewhat of a doofus. I can't disagree with her. It wouldn't do any good anyway. As I'm sure all of y'all are aware, she pretty much rules the roost around here. Some of her tyrants if you will. I can say that because she's sedated right now, so until she watches this, and she will, until she watches this, she won't realize what I'm saying or doing. But yeah, she calls me a doofus sometimes, and she's not entirely wrong on that. Unfortunately, I am somewhat of a doofus. But she loves me anyway. Some of her tirades have been somewhat well publicized. She has gone on tirades before. So that's what I say. She will call me out on things, and she will absolutely chew me out. But she loves me, whether she wants to admit it or not. Her actions absolutely show me that she loves me. She puts up with me. She will be glad to get her hands back usable again. And she has a lot of public appearances to do. If y'all ever run across us around the Atlanta or metro area, stop us. Tell us hello. We'd love to meet y'all. Oh, there we go. Except for that one. That one is, we'll see. That one, it's got a bad spot already. I need to do something with it, but we'll see. Yes. Yeah, there we go. In closing up, I will probably close the way I always do. I'm not going to include the close up in the video. Everybody has their own way of doing it. None of them are wrong if they work. That's my philosophy. If they work, they're not wrong. Simple as that. And now she has two very good working hands. Thank you very much for putting up with me on this video. I sincerely hope that y'all enjoyed it very, very much. Miss Adler and the rest of the crew, thank y'all very much. Once she comes out of her comatose state, I'm sure she will want to say thank you to everybody for watching this video. And again, a big shout out thank you to Cinnamon Lover and Lefty. Y'all have a great day.